Good afternoon, everyone. It is Wednesday, 9/9/2015. Let's get right to it. I think the market was in decline today under distribution. SPY down percent or more. Qs, same thing. Diamonds, probably similar dynamic. Um, One thing to note bullish engulfing um, on this SPY chart. Let me get it up here. Yesterday we did whatever we did. This was yesterday, and excuse me, people calling. This was yesterday, and it did what it did. Then we opened high today, closed on the low. The only thing stopping today's selling was the closing bell. Very bearish. Note that. Take it however you will. Um, so that's what happened today. Let us get where the money was um, under accumulation. There was money to be made, guys and gals, and just because it was a down day in the market, you've got to pay attention to what is under accumulation. VTAE, never heard of it today, but hit my desk. Came across my desk. Opening range breakout 951 almost immediately gave us 8%, to 16%. Hey, you take your profit at 4%. I don't care if it's 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, 6, or hold it into the close. If you did that, you got a lot of money, 10%. At least you're leaning in the right direction with a lot of these stocks. You're going in the right direction. Your posture, your bias to the stock after you buy it. Of course, you're a cheerleader. Is in the correct direction, and that's what we want. We want high probability of success. VGBS, similar dynamic, high volume on this opening range breakout. Buy into the exponential 8 period moving average. After that, it moved up 5 to 6%. And we like that because it was immediate, okay? So good trade there. Have to be nitpicky. If you ever buy a stock and it immediately prints money, okay, to where you want to close that position, do it. You did nothing for the trade. It gave you what you wanted almost immediately. Take the profit off the table. That's why we're sitting here every day to make money. DTITN. Opening range breakout, sold off, but kind of finished flat for the day. But you didn't get crushed like the SPYQ's DIA did in a downward direction. CLVS, I didn't take this trade. I had noted that it was printing above its opening range and flopped around. JDST, the miners, opposite direction of gold, printing 3 times as much. Dust, same thing. I'll come back to ACI. Dust, similar thing to GTST. Same thing. ACI, um, opening range breakout, flopped around, sold immediately off. I'm boxing this because remember our rule on a 5 minute chart, two consecutive green candles past the 50 period moving average. Today, finally, the 50 period moving average on a 5 minute chart raced down and finally caught a stock that has, quote, been under distribution for some time. Remember, this was a winner for us throughout, the volatile sessions, that started at the end of August. But back to ACI 5 minute chart. Remember, two consecutive green candles. That's what I'm boxing off right here, right now during today's price action. And that's the bottom for the day. You just have to be in that mindset and you have to know this rule from experience, not from writing it down and because someone else said it or because I said it. You've got to be experienced and to know 8 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 times, that's the low for the day. It proved correct. You got a retest of this low right there. you could have bought it into that weakness, 6-7% move forward. Um, Let me get back to the 1 minute for the remainder of the cluster. What was under accumulation? JDST we already looked at. Dust we already looked at. Excuse me. TCK. This was under accumulation yesterday. It was one we had. Okay, and guess what? It printed more today. So here's the thing. We've said this before in prior videos. We're noting it's printing above its opening range. It didn't do it here. It didn't do it here. It didn't do it here. Okay. Last Wednesday, it just didn't do it. And this is any stock. Okay. It's not specific to Tech Resources. But we printed above that yesterday. You have to be intuitively biased to the upside when it does that. And guess what? It printed more bread today. Okay. So if you took this trade and didn't sell it in the strength, because it was only a 1% move off the opening range yesterday, and you held on to it and it closed down 2-3%, you got a big bang to the upside, 2-3-4% today off the opening bell. Okay, at least you noted that the professional money was accumulating TCK Tech Resources yesterday, and guess what? The buying continued 5% move when a day the SPY did whatever it did under distribution. Again, the only thing stopping the SPY selling today was the closing bell. Okay. EFOI, Energy Focus. I'm not really familiar, but look, I just looking at this 5 minute back on Wednesday we had it. How do we know we had it? Because I marked it. And I probably talked about it in the video. So go back. I say the same thing every day. The same thing for price action happens every day. It's just a different ticker. So if you're following the Facebooks, the Googles, the Microsofts, the Netflix, the whatever else, Tesla, these aren't going to have moves every day. But guess what? There's a whole host of 5,000 to 6,000 tickers out there that are going to, have the same patterns. They're going to have, opening range breakouts, and you need to get with it. Let's go back to Wednesday. EFOI, because this is Trade School 101. It had its opening range breakout. We noted it. Okay, we marked our charts. If we had stayed with this is the beginning of a move, peoples. It prints, 20% in the direction over the next 5 trading days. I don't care if you sold it the day up for 5%. Great, you're making money. You're leaning in the right direction. The next day, you got a 10% pop. And, it took a day off, fine, of just churning on Friday. Monday, it got back to it. We noted it Monday. How do we know? Because we marked it, okay? And then we noted it again today. I hope this is making sense to at least one person. IMAX moved with the market, had an opening range breakout, sold off. But guess what? You hold it, okay? We're going to hold it because it's going to be moving in the right direction over the next couple trading sessions, okay? It's going to follow what EFOI did, okay? IMAX, it didn't do what we wanted, but guess what? You're down 1%. But there are other stocks I showed you today that are offsetting that 1%, unrealized loss that you have, okay? My bad, it didn't do what we wanted to do, but we noted it. It's a probability. If you go with enough of these, you'll make your money. TTPH, Trade School 101. Please, if you haven't listened to anything I've said thus far, which is fine, I'm not insulted. I have thick skin. Listen to this. This stock in after hours yesterday, $45 stock, okay, I'll assume this is a biotech. We'll just go with it, okay, pharmaceuticals. It had some kind of product that didn't do well. FDA, fine. Phase, whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is the price action. Or else you wouldn't be listening to this. It's a $40 stock, so it has value. It's not like it's a $1 or a $2 stock, okay? So they've probably got a lot of products in the pipeline. I don't know. All I know is it's trading, in the $30, $40, $50 range. It's a good stock, okay? This thing got cracked in the after hours. It was maybe down 80%. So you need to write it down in your notes, and the next day you need to watch how it opens, okay? And this is what it does. It opens whatever. Let's go down to the 1 minute. Let's be nitpicky, okay? In the chart